You know what time it is? Star Wars news. Now, today it was announced that the Game of Thrones directors are getting their own Star Wars trilogy. And they had announced already that they were going to do something Star Wars related. I thought it was going to be a live action series, and I think that's what a lot of people thought it was going to be. But it turns out it's going to be a trilogy. And so today, an HBO executive confirmed that they weren't working on any more HBO content, that they were going to be after Game of Thrones, which is coming out this summer. So it's done. It's in the editing phase. But after that, they're going to be working on Star Wars trilogy. I think this is just absolutely wonderful news. For one, they're incredible directors, and they've done a phenomenal job with the Game of Thrones series. And I can't wait to see what they do with Star Wars content. I think they'll probably do something in the Old Republic era, just because that has some really awesome, super crazy battles, and they're just amazing at doing those. I mean, Battle of the Bastards is one of the best, just fight scenes I've ever seen. Like, I think ever in any movie ever. Like that, which apparently there's going to be one even bigger in this new series, in this new season, I mean. So it's wonderful that it's confirmed now that they're getting their own trilogy. But I think it's also wonderful because of the timing and because we haven't heard anything from Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now, he said he's still working on it, but that's all we've heard is a tweet from him saying that, yes, he's still working on it. And I don't buy it. I don't think you can have somebody who attacks fans on Twitter making a trilogy. I just don't see it happening. I think there's too much fan backlash for that man, too much hate for that man for them to be able to make a trilogy that's his. I think it'd do terribly. I think that'd be even worse numbers than Han Solo, but we'll see if that happens. And the other thing that's coming out is that they're postponing an HBO show that they were going to work on called like Confederate or something, which I guess is about the Civil War. I don't know anything about it. They're postponing that because they're going to work on the Star Wars trilogy. And so if they're postponing work for HBO to work on Star Wars content, I think that means it's going to be the next trilogy. And I always thought, and we had all thought, that Rian Johnson's trilogy was going to be after Episode 9. And I think this may not, it doesn't confirm it at all, but I'm thinking that this means that Rian Johnson's trilogy is in the garbage can and they're going to go with Game of Thrones directors to write the next trilogy and do the next trilogy, which I think is awesome. I think that's great news. That's wonderful news for Star Wars. I don't know how they could give that man a trilogy when he attacks fans on Twitter and then lies about it, and then I really don't like that man. He's just a terrible person. And we haven't heard anything about Rian Johnson's trilogy at all in over a year. We haven't heard anything from Kathleen Kennedy. We haven't heard anything from any of that stuff. I mean, they've been completely quiet for the past year. I mean, we still don't even know what the name of Episode 9 is, which that's a separate video, but that doesn't bode well. I think probably Kathleen Kennedy's gone, and I think Rian Johnson's trilogy is also gone. And even if Kathleen Kennedy isn't gone, I don't think there's any way they can do Rian Johnson's trilogy, which they shouldn't. They wouldn't make any money with that. And so I think it's very suspicious that you've got Game of Thrones writers who are already signed on to do like a series or something, that now they're confirmed to do a trilogy, and we've heard nothing from Rian Johnson's trilogy. So overall, this is just great news. I mean, I'm really happy about this. This is five finger combo. This is the best. Those directors are so phenomenal. Game of Thrones is just, that's an incredible show. I need to go back and rewatch all of it before the new season this summer. But if you haven't seen that show, definitely watch it. It is wonderful. And I'm definitely way more excited for this new trilogy than I am for Episode 9. But I mean, that's kind of another topic for another video too. So yeah, overall, this is great news. I'm thinking Rian Johnson's trilogy is canned. And yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to get this out there that I think this is good news that Rian Johnson's trilogy is probably not happening. But it might still happen. And even if it does still happen, we're still getting another trilogy after this. So Star Wars isn't all lost. We still got some really great writers and directors coming in to do some good content, even if Rian Johnson gets his trilogy. So that's it. Just wanted to give a little update. Catch y'all on the next one.